were strongly built and defended to safeguard the people who lived in them. Within their walls were busy, bustling communities. Castles were built by important people such as lords and kings or queens. They were not only splendid homes which the owners could show off to their friends, but military bases from which the surrounding lands were defended. Inside the castle walls, beyond the seemingly impenetrable walls of a big castle, lies a miniature world. This picture is based on Goodrich Castle on the borders of England and Wales.
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. Lightyear, Space Ranger.
Bailey. So, the Bailey, the enclosed area between the inside of the wall and the keep.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's the enclosed area. What else can we find?
Well, as you can see, this is the tower. This is an arrow loop. Okay, so Barbican. That's one of these doors. Barbican. Okay.
Good morning, it's now Thursday morning. The footage you saw was from Monday morning. That was just a little bit of us starting our castle project. I wanted to kind of put that bit in, but that's all we did that day. We did a bit of English and maths as well. So the rest of the week, it's actually half term this way on, so a lot of our school friends are off, so we've been taking advantage of seeing them. Yesterday we played in Mum and Dad's garden all day, and we had John and Leanne round, so that was really, really nice. The boys just got muddy all day, and yeah, really, really nice. So today we're going to continue with our castle topic, and we're going to actually hopefully build a castle out of cardboard. I've also set Ronnie up a little, because he really loves at the moment this Finding Dory book, and he's been playing with the characters. So what I thought I'd do, I've got some fish plants which are like brand new, which obviously haven't been used yet for the fish, so they were spare. I popped them in there with some warmish water and just the fish, and laid it down on the play mat that comes with the book, but also a towel and some carrier bags. Obviously, ideally, it would be an outdoor activity, but I thought, well, that's fine, hopefully. The worst that can happen is we'll get a wet floor. So, yeah, so hopefully he'll enjoy that, because he seems to quite like that sort of thing at the moment. You're so cute. You two read your stories.
All around. It takes 4 whole days
I'll find
to
it in a
reach
minute.
the moon.
Goodness.
Honey, are you listening? Okay. Do you want me to go and get it? Huge mountains. Wow, huge mountains. I wonder what they look like.
So, we're using this book that I showed you on Monday, Knights and Castles, and it actually has a step-by-step instructions of how to do this castle and how to make it. So, it looks a little bit over-ambitious, if I'm honest, but I think we can do this, do you, Stan?
Yeah.
Got to have faith, don't we? So we're going to have a go.
Look easy,
No,
but
that's okay.
I
Challenge
think
is good.
yeah, a challenge is good.
And we need to measure, so the base needs to be 34 by 34. Now we've only got a 15 centimetre ruler, but 2 lots of 15 is 30. Okay, so we can measure it like that. So here we've got 15 centimetres, and you remember 15 add 15 is 30. And we need 34, so we need another 4, don't we? Oops. 34. So what we can do is cut off this bit about there. Cut that outside's okay. It's slightly over, but that's okay. Slightly over is fine. So what we're going to do is first measure out all the pieces we need before we start putting anything together, okay? 12 minus 1 is 11, isn't it? So instead of measuring this out every time again, what could we use as a template? Good job, yeah. So what we could do now is kind of do this, you see, and then
It's going to make it easier.
make it easier. So we have all of our pieces measured and cut and labelled. So we're hoping that we've measured everything right. There was a good bit of maths in there, wasn't there, Stan? Because there's a lot of measuring and working out how many more we needed to do and things.
And it was like the 10 times table, like 1 times 10 is 10,
Yeah,
2 times 10 is 20.
yeah. So we've got a bit of practice there.
And round.
Carefully. So here is the castle. It obviously hasn't been painted yet, and I've kind of tried to patch bits up with masking tape so it's a bit smoother edge, but then we ran out of masking tape. So, anyhow, I think that's quite a success. It was a little bit more labour intensive than I'd hoped, and Stan couldn't do as much as I'd hoped. However, I think he's going to have a lot of fun painting it and stuff. So just a little side note, there's a couple of PCSOs outside asking some questions about this phone box or whatever, and one of the neighbours is talking to them. So Stan went and found one of his police helicopters, his little mini ones, and he was insistent that they had it, so he went out and gave it to them, and they were really pleased. It was really sweet.
I always hide it there so Mummy doesn't see it, so I can give it to a police.
Oh, you hid it, did you? Well, I wouldn't mind you giving it. It's really kind to give something, isn't it? We're having a spot of lunch in the garden, aren't we, Rennie? You got nice lunch. Is that good, Stan?
Yeah.
We thought we'd make the most of the sunshine for a little while, whilst it's nice and warm. And it's not hot enough to burn us yet, which is good.
Have a book.
Yeah. So what are we doing now, Stan? We've had some lunch.
We are like painting the castle.
Yeah, we're going to paint our castle, aren't we? We're all going to help. And you decided on this grey colour, haven't you, for the whole... So we're going to do 1 layer, or maybe 2, depending on how quick it dries out here. And then we're going to put all the features on at another time, aren't we? It might have to be tomorrow. It depends how... It may dry quite quickly if we do thin layers, not too thick.
Put it on me.
Had a little bit of a rest and did some reading, and now we're back outside and our castle has dried quite nicely, hasn't it, Stan?
Yeah.
There's
Just about kicked my knee and it really hurt.
Oh
that
dear, yeah, he's a bit clumsy in those wellies, aren't you, Rennie?
hurt.
So we're going to have a little go at decorating some of the bits of the castle. What is this called, Stan?
It's called
Port
a
Cullis. Portcullis. Cool, huh? So we're going to pop that on.
These are the sticks what we are using today.
Yeah, these are just lolly sticks, aren't they, from Wilco's?
Yeah.
And then I'm doing the sticking on this bit because we don't have any hot glue left.
No.
So I'm having to use super glue.
Blue. What is
Isn't.
rubbish?
And it's not ideal for fingers, is it? So that's right here, so that then people could stand and...
And
Stanley, what are you drawing? Some
arrow
arrow loops, yeah. Some arrow loops, they're looking really cool, Stan.
There's not going to be any in here, is there? Because
Do you remember what they're used for, the arrow loops?
arrow loops, so they shoot bow and arrow.
What are you doing now, Stan?
I'm making a few bricks with this grey felt tip.
Slightly different grey. And Stan's making a few brick marks on it just to make it. And Ronnie's doing it too, aren't you, Ronnie? You're doing a great Good job.
Mama.
With a pen. Yeah, good job, Remy. Doing very nicely. So, we've even got S and R. What does the S and R stand for, Stan?
Stand for Ronnie and Stan.
Stanley and Ronnie. Yeah, we've got a couple of flags. The other one matches over the other side. I'm pleased with that. Are you?
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. We can always work on some bits on the inside, Stan. Make some floors for the inside one day if you want to.
Yeah.
It's something we can definitely think about. But I think for now, I think we've had enough for one day. Do you? And it's going to be shortly dinner time, isn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a bit disjointed in places, but that's our castle project. We also discussed, Steve sat with Stan and discussed who lives in castles in more depth the other night. But at this age, we just kind of go into things kind of a bit lightly and see what the interest is. But we have read that book, and we've got a book on Tudors and bits like that, and the history of Britain.
Yeah.
So we tend to read bits from that anyway. But yeah, we had a lot of fun making this, didn't we? So you're going to say bye-bye?
Bye.
When are you going to say bye-bye? See you later, alligator.
See us for our next video. Bye.